I shouldn't have made such an aggressive switch. Okay, let's see this team. That Klefki's going to be a pain. I don't have any steel types to trap, though. You're probably going to lead out with the Klefki for spike stacking, or Landorus Therian, which might be defensive. Starmie's for spinning. Mega Evolution. Sweeper. Okay, I'm gonna lead Hippowdon, because I can get the Toxic off on the Lando. I can get an Earthquake off on Klefki, and I'm right, it is defensive. So I'm gonna appreciate that very much. I can get up my own rocks. Good play going to Starmie. But now you also have to worry about spinning, which is the idea. Of course, that's the idea. Sorry, I can take. Okay, I'm gonna go out into drill, expecting the spin. That was my stupidity. But now I go into Talonflame and I pressure him into not spinning, into switching out. I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz. Yeah, if you want to spin, you can't stay in. I like that motto. If you want to spin, you can't stay in. This Lando T is going to get annoying very, very fast. So now that my rocker's down, you're probably going to get up your own rocks. Or you're going to say, I don't want to play around with this threat. So here's what I'm going to do. Altaria, come out. Get up a DD. I have Fire Blast on here in case Magnezone or Klefki want to try and be cute. Yep, he has a Stone Edge. So I think that was a good play to switch out. I'm just going to click return. I have the EVs on here to outspeed Tornadus Therian at +1. So I think I should be able to outspeed anything he has. This is probably going to T-Wave me. Fine. If you're going to T-Wave me, T-Wave me. No, you're just going to do that. Okay, either way, I want to get Klefki whittled down a bit. Klefki is going to be an annoying mon to deal with later. Come on, burn, burn, burn. I was hoping for the extra burn damage. Either way, this means Dugtrio can finally do something. Trap something in. Press EQ. Dugtrio is possibly one of the few trappers who can't always do their job. As you saw with the Megazam thing before. It couldn't even KO Megazam with a stab attack because it only has 259 attack. Okay, now I think he has to be careful about what he goes out into. Sure, anything he goes into can take the attack. Question is, does it really want to take the attack? Of course it's Starmie. Do I memento this? Do I? DT. Okay, so Starmie is without any doubt more bulky than Mega Alakazam. So I'm going to click Memento. Get that really, really big, really, really important hit off for me. And go into Superior. Now you're completely pressured. You have to switch out. Okay, go to Magnezone. I don't think this is Scarfed. I think this is Specs built to kill Skarmory. With Skarmory dead, the Dragonite would sweep. Nope, this is Scarfed. Personally, I don't think Scarf does enough damage to justify its existence. Say what you will about it working out there and getting the damage off. I feel like whenever I'm using the few times I've used Magnezone, I've had to have extra power for it to really break down the defensive threats that I wanted to break down. And for that, Scarf just tends to be better. Okay, I want Hippo for this. Sand will start wearing down things. I can Toxic anything. Is it locked in? It might be locked into Extreme Speed. Yeah, I don't see any lefties on it, so it might be locked in. That's interesting. And this is going to be annoying because I cannot switch Talonflame in on this, and I don't really have anything I can roost Talonflame on. So, and because Talonflame's going to take 50% on switching in, I'm probably going to die from recoil if I survive long enough to wheel down this Dragonite. Anyways, so very, very Dutch probably wins the match. Probably. Because of recoil damage. In which case, you might not be staying in here. Let's Toxic. If you're not staying in, let's switch. Let's make the play. Let's make the play. You're not staying in. I'm switching to... Nope, you're staying in. And... I should have seen that coming. I should have. This is why you don't talk to yourself while you play Pokemon. You end up psyching yourself out so much that you overpredict to ridiculousness. Anyways, let's make it a 2-0 before we lose. There we go. At least it wasn't a 3-0. I took down over half his team. I can at least say that, Mr. Dutch. I took down over half your team. Gonna go for the EQ. That'll do more on this than Toxicking it. And that's GG. Alright, I'm going to pause the recording here, and I am going to find some more battles. And now it's time for a change of pace. I figured I did that. Now let me do something with the Octillery team from an earlier video. Figured, no, that's not really working out. Hey, Dell's in the room. Hey, Dell. Figure that other team isn't really working out. So, let's try this. Door is not actually not a bad matchup here. I never thought I'd say that. It's really, really surprising. Let's lead Porygon 2. Okay, not terrible. I can T-Bolt it. Hope it's Y. Yep. Which means T-Bolt remains super effective. I take under half. Granted, you take under half too. But, let's see. I'm going to Trick Room up here. Not a bad choice for me, because now I get to Ice Beam the Goodra. Definitely not a bad choice for me. I think this means both Clefable and Cresselia will outspeed it, as long as Trick Room is up. Meanwhile, Trick Room should be up after Sun is gone, which Octillery can capitalize on. Mr. Wanvix is going to have to be very careful of that, because Water Spout's going to do a decent amount of damage to everything except that Goodra. You probably can take it. I don't want you to take it. You can come in and take it, but then it'll outspeed the next turn. Okay, I'm gonna go to Cress. Cress, you deal with it. Hopefully. Don't poison. Good. Gonna Moonblast. You want to switch into that Charizard? Fine. Let me try Psyshocking. Yep, should have Psyshocked before. Really should have Psyshocked before. I don't think you have much to switch in on to Crest, so I'm just going to click Psyshock. Okay, I have no problem with you, Draco, nuking me right now. Fine, fine. Sure, I'm on low health, but fine. Jolteon's just going to take it out. I'll do that so that I can get the Volt Switch initiative off of you. Granted, Crest wouldn't have been half bad rest of the game, but I'll deal. Okay, so now I can just Water Spout anything, even if that Charizard wants to come in and half the damage. I don't think that crit mattered. Jolteon has very, very little defenses. There's 339 special attack, 150 base power, boosted by Stab and Mystic Water. So I don't think it mattered too much. I'm just going to go to P2. A lot of this right now is about trying to burn away some of that sun. Now Charizard X comes in. I hope I win the speed tie and that I can get off this Declaw. Yep. That is if he was running max speed to begin with, which I assume that Charizard was. Okay, now Golem comes in. That's not a big surprise at all. That's fine. I want to keep burning off this sun. I want to keep Charizard around. I don't really need Zapdos. Plus I can do that. Now I can HP Ice. This is Life Orb, right? Yep. Get off a pretty big hit. I don't really mind the fact that you got the weakness policy up. That's magic card. You're actually probably max speed if you're weakness policy. I had to take a guess. Well, now I can just go into this. Even if you Sucker Punch me, I'll live. I'll live pretty handily, and I can just Dragon Claw. Crit did not matter. Not on that low of health. Let's see, your two options now are... Ooh, interesting. That you just go into Wheezing. Charizard doesn't really help me anymore with hit only. So I'm going to click Flare Blitz. I'm going to start the process of breaking down Wheezing. Perhaps surprisingly, it's probably going to be a pretty easy process. Artillery comes in, Water Spouts. Okay, you can get off your Plane Split, fine. Water Spout's still going to kill. I'm going to have to chuck the base power next turn, so that brought it down from 150 to 110. Okay, so now it's an accurate Hydro Pump. You're probably going to attack, so I'm going to click Hydro Pump. Okay, so you're going to Unburden Spam. Cures. Okay, that brings it down to 80, so Hydro Pump now definitively better. You're going to High Jump Kick. And I don't know if you have anything for Clefable. Yeah, I should have thought about the possibility of T-Waving this thing sooner. Oh well. Okay, so all you have is Blaze Kick, crit does 30%. So I don't have any reason to worry. I mostly got the paralysis off just because in case there's any silly stuff going on. I got fortunate, that's a GG, there's no silly stuff that was going on there.